Hi, good morning, and welcome to another episode of Potting with Shalom. Whew, it has been a while since I posted, and I know people probably wondering, what going on with this man, boy? What you doing, boy? Well, life happens. A lot of other things happening and the dynamics. But I basically let, with regards to my trees and my plants, I let nature do what it does. And yeah, I did some things and I did not record it. Today, today, what we have is a little bit of an adventure for me, right? So I got this drill bit. You can see that. And this is the housing. And this is a drill bit that cuts glass and so forth. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this drill bit, and I got these nice little bowls from my sister, right? These nice bowls that I'm going to drill holes and make them into plant pots. And also this clay pot I'm going to make into a plant pot, right? That's the adventure. I never do this before. I think you're supposed to use water and whatnot, and so we go see how that goes, right? And apart from that, what we're going to do, we have, as I said, I did some work. I did some one or two things, but I did not record it. One of the things that I did, well, I hear in the pump, of course, one of the things that I did would have been to cut this tree. And let me bring the camera down so you could see. Okay, so I don't know how many of you remember the small leaf ficus, Benjamina ficus, that I did some severe pruning to. I'm going to show you pictures of that to bring that familiarity. And I did a severe cut here because I found that for the size of the trunk, it was too tall. So I did a severe cut. So let me show you what I did. I cut it, and I put that part that I cut off to propagate, to create a new tree. So this, my friends, is the top that I cut off, that I would have planted. And I'm waiting to see if this catches on. So far, it looks as though we're doing okay. We're doing okay. But we will see. I'm hoping for the best where this is concerned. Because if this catches on, this is going to be a really nice, small leaf ficus, So let's see how this goes. But we have this guy, and what I want to look at is the roots. He's planted over a rock. So we want to take him out of this, and then we want to see which one of these pots that I have here that he's going to fit into nicely. So as per usual, Louis Disco. So guys, first things first, we're going to practice with this pot. This is going to be the sacrifice pot. It's a good pot. I would hate to lose it, but we're going to practice with this pot. So I went ahead and put in the drill bit. Well, there you know. We go see what happening. I plug it in and even realize I plugged it in. Right? I make sure it on drill. I have my hose. So let's get some water going, and let's see if we can drill this. I have the pot on top of a piece of board. Right, so water on. Drill bit. So here we go. and I think we're successful. I just emptied the water. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna see if I could put 2 more holes. 3 holes successfully put into this spot. Right, so now, a little water. And that, my friends, is 2. So, my friends, we were able to successfully put some drainage holes into these spots, and we could plant some stuff in that. We just had to figure out what we want to put into these spots. Yeah. So we have some thinking to do where that is concerned. But as I said when we started, I did some work, and I'm going to show you some of the things that I did, you know, and some of the progresses that, some of the signs of progress from the things that I would have done off camera. Right, so hold on. So guys, I have this pui tree planted in this bucket, and I would have made a severe cut to the top of it. Let me just part the branches properly. As you can see, I made a severe cut to the top of it. This is the second time that I'm cutting it, and it's successfully back budded, you know, and is doing well. What I want to do though is to take it out of this bucket and put it in something a bit wider and start to work on the roots. Yeah, so we have this pui. Let me see if I could separate it a little bit. Ooh. You hear that? The pot is cracking, so it's about time to take it out. Then I have this dogwood. So I made some severe cuts to this. He has a nice root spread. He's come up here. This was a cut, and he's grown a branch like a double trunk here. So we have a decision to make if we're going to keep it like this, or if we're going to cut back on what would be the future of this this tree. I have this rubber ficus, this variegated rubber ficus that we have to look at, take out of this spot, this bucket, sorry, and put into a pot. A very, very nice variegated rubber ficus. So we have several different types of trees here, and I'm having a little problem with some ants, some bachak, and these fellas and them giving me a run for my money with my cassia trees. They love these leaves, apparently. Where you, sir? This is my ficus microcarpa, and from this, as I said before in a video, I got several plants from this. Yeah, one of the plants that I got from this is this guy, and he is an attempt at a root over rock. Now this is a branch that broke, and I planted the branch as is, and it caught on, and then I decided to try a root over rock. So it wasn't the original plan, but this is what it turned out to be. And honestly, I like the break point and how it's healing over. And this is another branch that I cut and stuck it on the side here, and partner shoot roots, and he growing, he doing his thing. This looks very nice. I haven't decided, however, on what is a front. Let me step back a bit. What is a good front? I guess this would be the front, and I have not decided on how to arrange this properly. because ideally this was here and I just stick this branch here and with no real thought in mind. You know that kind of way? You do something and just automatically do something with no real thought in mind, and this is the outcome of this. This has been left. The only intervention was me trying to get the roots to lock onto this stone here. So this candle tree, I made a severe cut here, and this is my new apex coming up here. Hopefully this doesn't die off. I find this looking a little bit limp. Then I have this gardenia. He was in a very little pot, and I put the fella in a big pot, and homeboy spread out massive. Look at it, massively massive. And apart from that, he has not stopped, or she has not stopped flowering since. So it's flowering constantly. So it's either doing something right or doing something over right. These, my friends, are a lot of desert rose cuttings that I planted here. As you can see, everybody is doing well. I also have this, another attempt at a root over rock, but trying it a different way. So I don't know if this will be successful. I should have done this on camera, but I didn't. But I planted this over a rock and I wrapped it in plastic wrap. I tied the roots and I wrapped it in plastic wrap, and let's see if that catches on. It is still showing signs of life, which is a good thing, a very, very good thing. And I have a turtle here, courtesy my good partner, Joel. Thanks, Joel, to do a planting over, but I have to figure out what plant would go best with this turtle, because I want to show the beauty of the turtle and I want to show the beauty of the plant. You know that kind of vibe, so you have to pick the right plant. Right? I have here my elephant bush or small leaf jade. Then I have these three that I would have had to put some wire on because they started to droop. Apart from that, I got some jade cuttings, a couple of which I had and a couple that I got, and I made 3 plantings with them. This is one of them, and this is a recent thing, so I'm still waiting for it to catch on properly before, I put it out there. A dead leaf, let me remove that. And as you can see, I got some moss. Hopefully the moss catches on and gives me a nice kind of a setting. And this is a rock that I got to the top of Chancellor. Speaking of Chancellor, I had an adventure up Chancellor where I got these rocks up to the top of Chancellor. This, I'm thinking about making this, putting a plant on top of this. This is going to be exciting, but this in itself is quite heavy. It has some weight to it. And I got these rocks to do some stuff with. So I'm excited about this. I have to figure out what I want to do with them. This is another big leaf jade that I planted. I try nothing. Let me see how it works out. And that's the mantra, the whole thing, try something. So these were cuttings from a couple of the bigger jades that I had, and rather than waste them, I said, well, let me try something with this. And this was another rock that I got to the top of Chancellor, also with some moss. I have to wet this moss, give it a little spray, and see what's happening here. And I have a couple more updates for you guys. So hold a second. All right. So this is the third jade planting that I attempted. I had this broken pot that I didn't bother to paint or nothing. Put some stones, I had some succulents, some other succulents that I put in there. You've seen some moss, some lava rock, and the jade that is, and I attempted some wiring. I tried some wiring. This was a branch here. I tried some wiring here, and like I was a little too rough, and I break it. Jeez and H's. That's the third jade planting that I attempted on my succulent bench. As you can see, this is my succulent bench with things that I would have done previously. Very proud of what I'm doing, yes? So hold on, we're going because there is a surprise from Big Girl. Hold a minute. This is Big Girl. For those who remember Big Girl, and Big Girl is flowering. Some beautiful flowers, flowering a lot. Let me just show you. As you can see, some buds here. And she's doing quite well. Very, very, very well. Some of my other desert roses right next door. My nice pink Gilly Gill. Then I have my good red friend here. Look at desert rose in our frying pan. Doing well, doing really very well, you know. Sorry about that. We also have this guy here who's doing quite well. And the branches that I would have cut off, the original branches that I would have cut off of this guy, they are also doing well. They're on the other side. And are getting flowers. Hey. Now all your island nature do what it is do. Me interfere, me do nothing. I just lead them up to nature. And they've been doing well. This desert rose has a bit of a lean to it. The branch, this primary branch that coming out might be a bit heavy. So it's a contemplation on whether or not to cut it. And look at the nice flower that I just get from this fella here. So, oh gosh. And the last rose that I want to show you. I only remember this fella, the one the damn cat knock over, running down one another. Well, they're doing well to the point where, that's right, flower buds. Well, you've seen them? They're nice flower buds. So this is exciting stuff. Really exciting stuff here. So to end off the video, what I'm going to do, I'm going to clean up this cut point here, make it a little more appealing, and let this look as one smooth transition, one really smooth transition. As you can see, look at another cut point here. Hey boy, I really chop up this plant, boy. Wow, sorry friend. Right, so let's do that quickly, and that will be the end of the video for today. Alright guys, so I have my tools here, concave cutters and this cutters. Now you know the usual thing that I say, try something. What I'm trying to do here is to cut back the bulge so that when it heals over a little nicer than how it looked. Well, it's gonna look lovely now, but I think it's gonna look good when it heals. And we would have removed a lot of the bulge. So you could see that Let me just change the angle of the camera. Hold on. Alright, so we have a lot of sun happening, a lot of breeze, and a lot of nice things. So I'm giving you a 360 view of it. This is going to be a ficus that tells a story. A story of a lot of, sorry to say it so, but I guess hurt and pain. You know, a lot of, weathered a lot, went through a lot, and is still surviving. So this is eventually going to be a really, really very good project as far as I see. You know, so yep, and that's it. Thank you so very much for joining me. This has been Potting with Shalon, and I will see you all next time.